show in Philly, Boston, or Baltimore. A chance for stage folks to say hello. Another opening of another show.
Hello, everybody. It's Jill, your founding artistic director for Triple Promise Academy for the Performing Arts. And today we are talking about the 5 rules of costume etiquette. It's almost performance time, and I know that you are all so excited to try your costumes on. I'm excited as well. Costumes are such an important part of the production. They help you to embody the character. They help you to feel how the character feels. And it really helps to inform you about how your character moves. And that's why working in your costume and having dress rehearsals is so important. So with that excitement and that importance comes, of course, great responsibility. So please review these rules with a parent or a grown-up in your life and make sure that you help us by following these rules so that all of our costumes look as amazing as they should for every single performance. Rule number 1, your costume is your responsibility. This means that you need to be responsible for wearing every piece exactly as it was designed and hanging up every piece exactly as it was given to you every single time you use the costume. I cannot tell you the number of times students have come up to me after a dress rehearsal or the next day saying, I lost a piece of my costume. It would be impossible for me to keep track of every single article of clothing on the bodies of 25 cast members who all have 5 to 10 articles of clothing apiece. That would be asking me to keep track of over 200 articles of clothing. I can't do it. So you have to be responsible for your costume, okay? And we'll talk about how to hang them up in a few minutes. Rule number 2, if it's not yours, don't touch it. This goes hand in hand with every other rule for theater, props, scenery, costume pieces. If it's not yours, do not touch it. If you see something hanging over the back of a chair and sometimes people will come to me and say, I found this hanging over the back of a chair, and they think they're being helpful, but actually they're just moving it away from where it belongs. So if you see something hanging over the back of a chair, it's probably because somebody put it there because that's where they're going to be changing. If you see something and you really think it's out of place, bring it to the attention of the person whose costume it is. Just go up to your friend and say, hey, I noticed your hat was over there on that chair. Did you mean to leave that there? And then they will either confirm that it belongs there or they'll move it themselves. But do not touch costume pieces that are not your own, not for any reason ever. Rule number 3, no eating or drinking in costume. This should go without saying. The only thing you're allowed to consume while you are wearing a costume is plain water. No other beverages, no other food. This is how we keep the costumes clean, nice, and beautiful for the show. Rule number 4, learn how to properly use a clothing hanger. Now I know that this sounds crazy, but I cannot tell you over the years the number of students who did not know how to use a clothing hanger. So I'm going to show you how to use one today, and I would like all of you to try practicing this at home by helping mom or dad with the laundry between now and showtime. It's a very important life skill, and you need to know how to use a hanger. So this is a hanger. There is a proper way to use it. Do not just throw everything over the hanger however you can fit it. Do not just stuff it into crevices and crannies. And most importantly, this is the craziest thing, but it's also one of the most common things I've seen. Do not roll your entire costume up in a ball and stuff it into this triangle doing some sort of bizarre 3-dimensional balancing act. That is not how you use a hanger. How you use a hanger is actually quite simple. You are going to pretend that the hanger is the person. This is the head, these are the shoulders, and this is the waist. And the way that you hang up your costume is if you have 2 little hooks here, these can be used for your undergarments. So if you want to hang your tank top, for example, you could do one strap here and one strap here and then let the tank top hang down. You don't have to do that, but you can. But my greater concern is the actual costume pieces themselves, so that's what I'm going to focus on. So again, this is the head, these are the shoulders, and this is the waist, okay? So you're going to take your first costume piece, which is your pants or your skirt, and I have this pair of pants here. You're going to fold it. When you fold something, it is flat. It is not rolled up in a ball. You're going to fold it flat, and then you're going to lie it across the waistline of the hanger. So you're just gonna go like this after you've folded it, and then you're gonna spread it out to make sure that all the creases are out. and you're gonna pull it through so that the waistband meets the bottom of the skirt or the pants, okay? And then you're going to take your shirt and you're going to put it on exactly the way you would put a shirt on your body. So you just take the shirt right over the center of the hanger, just like you would pull it over your head, and then you pull it down so that the shoulders of the shirt are hanging on the shoulders of the hanger. And again, you want to fluff it out and make sure it's not folded or creased, okay? And then if your character has an extra piece, such as a jacket or a vest, you're just gonna layer it right over that. So you're gonna just take the jacket and put it exactly like this, shoulder, shoulder, and hang it up. And there you have it, a very nice, neat, perfectly hung 3-piece costume. Pants, shirt, jacket, or vest. It could be a vest as well. If your costume is a dress, it's super easy. Just put the dress on exactly like you would a shirt, shoulder, shoulder with this through the center where the head goes, and let the dress hang down. Super duper easy, okay? So please start practicing. Please use a hanger, and please, please hang your costume up properly after each use. One last thing. Some of you might have a bag filled with accessories for your character. This could be a pair of glasses or a fake mustache or something like that. If your character does require pieces like that, they will be in a plastic bag, and that plastic bag will be hung on the head of your hanger over the costume, just like this. So there'll be a hole in the bag at the top, and it will go through the hanger just like this. And this bag will hang down with your accessories inside of it. So if you do have an accessories bag, please, please, please make sure that all of your accessories go back into the bag and get hung up over the hook of the hanger every single time you're finished using them. The 5th and final rule of costume etiquette is we do not keep costumes. A lot of students ask me that after the show, and I'm very flattered that you love your costumes so much that you would want to keep it. But the reality is you guys are growing so fast at this age. 6 months from now, your costume will not fit you any longer. But 6 months from now, another 8-year-old will fit in your costume, or another 9-year-old, or another 10-year-old, etc. So what we do with the costumes after the show is we send them to the dry cleaners, we get them all pressed and put into nice sealed plastic packaging to keep them clean, and we put them in our storage unit, and they become a permanent part of the Triple Promise costume collection. And we will use those costumes for future productions. So who knows, maybe 10 years from now, you'll be a college student visiting home for Christmas break, and you'll come see a Triple Promise show, and you'll look at the stage and say, oh my gosh, I wore that costume when I was 10. And now there's another 10-year-old on stage wearing that costume. And that is a much cooler feeling like you're part of the legacy of that costume collection, than the feeling of letting something sit in the back of your closet collecting dust for 20 years because you outgrew it 6 months after it was given to you. So at the end of the show, there will be a big laundry bin, and I will ask everybody to throw your costumes into that laundry bin so that we can wash them and make them a part of our costume collection. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate your time and attention to this, and please, please, please take care of your costumes. See you soon, and I can't wait for you guys to see the amazing costumes I've been buying for each and every one of you.
4 weeks you rehearse